Just Be Glad by Christian D Larson, Part 2. Surround us with an abundance of human sunshine, and the day's work will easily be done. We shall, with far less effort, overcome our obstacles. Our troubles will largely be removed, and our burdens entirely laid aside. Give us the privilege to work to the music of rejoicing, and our work will become a pleasure. Every duty will become a privilege, and all we do will be well done. This is the way the world thinks and feels. So therefore, be glad. Give an abundance of human sunshine everywhere and always, and you will please the world immensely. Then turn to the home. Can we picture anything more beautiful than a home where every soul therein is a sunbeam, where every countenance is ever lit up with the light of rejoicing, where every word spoken rings with the music of love, and where every thought uttered or expressed is inspired by the spirit of joy? It is such a home that the beautiful, the great, and the wonderful in human nature will grow. It is in such a home that our highest ideals will be realized, and the divine within find full and resplendent expression. But it is not necessary to describe the pleasures and privileges of such a home, only to say that if you want such a home, just be glad. Then consider again the worker and where the workers must gather. What a power for good human sunshine would be in such a place. Consider how all things change when the glad soul arrives, and how all work lightens when the spirit of joy is abroad. And every man has the power to dispense the spirit of joy wherever he may work or live. Every man can ease the ways of others in this remarkable manner. And the secret is simple. Just be glad. The work you do, be it with mind or muscle, invariably conveys the spirit of your own soul. Therefore, work in the spirit of joy, and your work will be the product of joy, a rare product, the best of its kind. It is the man who blends rejoicing with his work who does the best work. It is the man who deeply and sincerely enjoys his work who gives the greatest worth to his work. And the more worth we give to our work, the more of the rich and the worthy our work will bring to us. We realize, therefore, that it is profitable in every way to learn to be glad, but it is not only profitable to ourselves, also to all others, that we may reach through word or deed. Then the profit that comes from the art of being glad is never the result of selfishness. The glad heart is never selfish. The sunbeam does not dance and sing to please its own restricted desire. It does what it does because it is what it is, a happy, carefree sunbeam. It is the same with the glad heart. It sings because it has become the spirit of song, and all are charmed with the song. No selfish heart can really be glad. No soul that acts solely for personal gain can enter the spirit of joy. And no man who seeks only his own pleasure and comfort can ever take part in the music of rejoicing. And yet the glad heart receives far more of everything of worth in life than does the one who forgets gladness in pursuit of gain for self alone. And again, the answer is simple, for all things respond to the call of rejoicing. All things gather where life is a song. Be glad for the things you have, and you will find you have far more than you thought. Then you will not miss in the least the things you have not. But besides, the happier you are over what has come to you, the more and the more will come to you in the future. This is indeed a great secret, and if universally applied, would cause want to disappear from the face of the whole earth. Be glad, for nothing is as serious as it seems to be. Then remember that sunshine can banish any gloom, and you can create in yourself all the sunshine you need. So just be glad. When trouble and misfortunes surround you, just be glad. The glad heart and the cheerful soul always make things better. It is the happy heart that has the most courage. It is the joyous soul that has the greatest power. And it is the presence of sunshine that keeps darkness and gloom away. When things go wrong, do not become disheartened. It is much easier to set them right when your soul is full of sunshine. So just be glad. It is the best way out. When all seems lost, remember that it requires strength to regain everything, and it is the glad heart that remains strong. When the heart saddens, weakness will overtake you, and it will not be possible to regain your position. So therefore, be glad, regardless of what may transpire. It is one of the royal paths to everything that life holds dear. But sadness does not merely bring weakness. It also brings illness and age, and it shortens the length of our days. In gladness, however, there is health and youth, strength and longevity. The glad heart will not grow old, nor can illness ever enter where the spirit of joy is supreme. When in pain, be glad, and you can. Be glad that you are greater than pain. Be glad that pain has come to prevent you from going wrong. Be glad that you can prevent all pain in the future, and be glad that it is wholly impossible for pain to come any more after gladness has become the rule of your life. For your own advancement, be glad. The spirit of joy is the spirit that makes the heart kind, the soul strong, and the mind brilliant. It is the spirit that makes for greatness, for nobleness, for excellence, for worth. We repeat it. Therefore, just be glad. Would you be a pleasure and a delight to others? Then be glad anyways. And would you add to the measure of your own joy? Then give all the joy you can to the largest possible number. This you can do by living more and more in the spirit of that joy that is in itself the essence of real joy. And it is better to become the living incarnation of this spirit than to possess all the wealth in the world. It is better to have attained to perpetual gladness than to have become the crowned monarch of an entire solar system. The reason is simple. The glad heart is the sunshine of all life, a benediction to every man, a perpetual blessing to everything in creation. Inspire every atom in your own being to thrill with the spirit of joy, not the joy of sentiment, but the joy of strength, of triumph, of victory. The joy that inwardly feels its power sublime as the soul ascends in masterful mien to the splendor of empyrean heights. It is such a joy that makes life a power, a blessing, an inspiration. And it is such a joy that comes perpetually to him who causes his soul to repeat again and again that sweet reassuring refrain, just be glad. Sing ever the song of triumph, of victory, of freedom, the song that declares the supremacy of the spirit over all that may be temporal or wrong. Sing the song of the soul, rising above adversity or loss, proclaiming its freedom over all that is or is to be. When the soul continues to sing in this triumphant manner, all the elements of life follow the music of that which is always well. And in such a spirit, everything must be always well. Be glad and smile with the smile that is sincere, the smile that shines just as sweetly and as naturally as the sunbeam. It is such a smile that is a smile indeed. It is such a smile that comes from the soul that is ever singing. Just be glad. And how soon such a smile can change the world. Meet adversity with such a smile. Charm away tribulation with such a smile, bursting forth into song. And let the music of the soul restore peace, love, and harmony where these might have been absent. Then be stronger than adversity. Rise superior to tribulation and know that you are infinitely greater than all that is unfortunate or wrong. In the midst of adversity, combine strength with rejoicing, and fate must change before that music of the soul that is so high and so strong that it stirs the depth of every soul. All the world pays homage on a bended knee, and wisely, because such a power can change anything, transform anything, elevate anything, emancipate anything. Go forth, therefore, into life with strength in your soul and music in your soul, and the future shall steadily and surely shape itself to comply with your dearest wishes and your highest aspirations. Array yourself in the strength of truth, conviction, courage, faith, resolution, victory, and triumph, and add to these another raiment, the music of gladness, and yours will be a life filled with glory, power, and light. The spirit of gladness, when combined with the spirit of strength, will enlarge the mind, expand the soul, and enrich all thought and life. It is the moving mystery from within that makes everything good in human nature grow, that makes man noble and great, that makes human existence a world of immeasurable richness and sublime worth. It is the same spirit that makes life a thing of beauty and joy forever, that makes the lovely and the true become tangible and real, that causes all things we have loved so much come forth into our world of abundance. Therefore, be glad when you feel strong, and be strong when you feel glad, and always know that you can. Whatever your present position may be, there is a way from where you now stand that leads to better things and greater things for you than you ever knew. So, whatever happens, just be glad. Live in the spirit of gladness. Think in the spirit of joy. Thus you will be able to see the royal path. For the mind that is illumined with gladness is never in the dark, never under clouds of doubt or dismay. When overtaken with calamity or tribulation, come forth undaunted and undismayed. Inspire the soul to reach for the high realms of victory and joy, and hold fast to that lofty position, even though the whole world seem to disappear beneath your feet. With such a victory for your strong inspiration, your own soul will prove more than sufficient for all that life may demand of you. Then remember that mankind stands ready to welcome and exalt every soul whose strength is greater than any circumstance, whose joy is greater than any tribulation, and whose faith is greater than all doubts and failures in the world. When your plans cannot be carried through at present, do not feel downcast or discouraged. Just be glad. Give gladness to your mind, and you give clearness to your mind. And a clear mind can see how to evolve better plans.